There we go. See, I did it first time this time. Pull my shirt down. Don't want to be seeing that now, do we? No. Speak of the devil, right! Everything seems to be working today. Now, hopefully, it'll last actually a little bit longer today, which means I get to go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Now, because everything was really laggy last time we did one of these live streams, here's a rundown of exactly what happened. So, Carmel Gusto survived the gas attack, and then we were like, well, hang on a minute, if Judy Bound was trying to catch the killer from 18 years ago, then you are the killer. And then Carmelo Gusto put up a good fight, because we were kind of talking about why the relationship between Gusto and Frost had failed and broken down. Turns out that what had happened was Carmelo Gusto has a disease thing where he cannot taste. Yeah. Hence why he did the competition, and hence why Frost was helping him out. Carmelo Gusto cannot taste things. That's literally all that kind of happened in the last episode. Yes, it was kind of like in between bits, but hopefully today things go a little bit better. So hopefully we can actually get somewhere and actually understand what's happening. So yes, so we have all of this, and Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance. This is available, disappointingly, his entry file was subpar on both counts. What happened to Mr. Gusto? What went wrong that day? And then we were just about to rebuttal Carmelo Gusto. And then we have the first statement of Frost and I were working together right up through the semi-final. I handled the flavour, he did the designing. Frost was in charge of designing the work you both submitted, while you handled the taste. Yeah, he was a sculptor, a craftsman. His sense of design was second to none. But he was clueless about confectionery, which is where I came in. We each did what the other couldn't. And boy, did you not have an eye for aesthetics, not even for the simple stuff. How do you like me now? A national symbol of Zhengfa. Oh yeah, it's a phoenix! Don't even say that name in front of me! I'll say it's pretty different to the stuff you were pumping out 18 years ago. Behold the fruits of my training. I dedicated my whole life to my craft. But back then, we both needed each other's help, so we joined hands until the final.
Hold it!
Hold it. You're serious about winning the title, then? Of course! The art of confectionery is my life. Why wouldn't I have wanted to be crowned the greatest? But I still had a lot to learn back then. It's no surprise my work wasn't up to scratch. But the title wasn't the only thing you wanted. There was the cookbook, too. And you wanted the book even more than you wanted the title, isn't that right, Mr. Gusto?
Overruled.
Mr. Edgeworth, you are badgering a witness who is still suffering the effects of today's attack. I cannot allow this harassment to continue. I understand, Your Honour, but ignore him, Mr. Gusto. You need not answer that vile prosecutor's question. But please do continue your testimony on your own time. So I helped Frost with his entry, but mine I did alone. I didn't taste good in the final, that's on me. What can I say? I lacked training. Why did I do that? It's an 18-year-old mystery, and the key to unraveling it is finding in my grasp. I just need to remember everything Fenton told me about what he and my father discovered.
Hold it!
So you're saying Mr. Frost didn't help you at all? But he'd helped you up until then, correct? It's strange for him to stop so late in the contest, no? Strange or not is the truth. He handles his reasons too. I wouldn't know. If he's lying, it's gonna be a headache to prove 18 years ago. Prove 18 years is a long time. Not unless that gizmo of yours is built in light effect, okay? They might have stolen the show from Mr. Edgeworth long before now. Don't worry, Fender. I can tell when he's lying. No doohickeys assistance required. Please, Mr. Gusto, continue your testimony.
Hold it!
Yet I heard that your creations prior to the final was scored highly for their flavor. So what went wrong? Was there some kind of cooking accident on that day? Oh, nothing like that. It was... I told you I had a taste disorder. Oh. Sorry. My sense of taste failed me. It is simple as that. But Mr. Frost's entry was complimented on its flavor. Your sense of taste hadn't failed you then. Did something happen overnight? I don't think he's gonna spill any more beans, Mr. Edgeworth. Then perhaps I should ask him about something else. Did something change between the semi-final and the final, Mr. Gusto? Not really. So you really completed your final entry without Mr. Frost's help. I may not have had his designs to lead on, but I knew I was still solid when it came to flavor. So the visuals were only the only thing that changed between the semi-final and the final. You sure, Gusty, old pal? Gonna have to call you out on that one, I'm afraid. It wasn't just his looks that got big thumbs down come judging time. It got trust on flavor, too. This is almost like a winner to me. Despite his confidence, Mr. Gusto failed on flavor, too. The lack of Mr. Frost's assistance shouldn't have affected that, so was there some other difference?
Hold it!
You knew Mr. Frost from before the contest, correct? Remembered, I see.
Hold it!
Yes. It was no coincidence that you both entered the contest, correct? I heard about it first, then I told Frost. I knew he'd be interested. Sorry. Goodness me. He was always short of cash for his sculptures. That's right. Mr. Frost was supposedly always in financial trouble, wasn't he? Cookbook really is worth that much, huh? I see that glint in your eye, kiddo, but don't get your great thieving hopes up. It was worth a lot back then, but these days you can find most of the stuff in there on any drugstore shelf. Oh, bummer. So literally every last contestant only ever had eyes for that cookbook, I see.
Hold it!
No, I'll just stick with what I have for now.
Objection!
I can think of one significant difference between the semi-final and the final, Mr. Gusto. Your son... Ah, of course. He wasn't in the final, was he? Your son, this is him in the photograph, correct? You told me he was here with you up through the semi-final. Ah, he was? What of it? What indeed? He was here with you until the semi-final, and he suddenly wasn't for the final. And just as suddenly, your work went from being lauded for its flavour to being lambasted for it. I don't think that's a coincidence, do you? He wasn't just spending quality time with his father, he was playing a much more pivotal role than that. I just wanted him to see me hard at work, to show him what I was trying my best for us. Who knows, maybe it was him being here that helped me do so well in those oddie rounds. That was a good game, but nothing about this guy screams super dead to me. Indeed, thankfully, we would only have to give such an idea credence if his story were true. After all, how much could the encouragement of one small boy affect the taste of a grown man's work? Master Gusto prided himself on the flavour of his creations, but then he lost his sense of taste. He must have had a tough time maintaining his high standards after such a devastating loss. Unless... I'm sure your son was here to cheer you on. That wasn't all he was here to do, was it? You're a very suspicious man, Mr. Prosecutor. Try not to answering yourself for the change. What was an elementary school kid doing here than spot his father? Your son knew the taste of your work pretty well, I imagine, Mr. Gusto. He was my biggest fan, of course he knew it. In which case he would have been a good judge of whether or not something tasted on brand, so to speak, no? What are you implying? You've already told us you two are suffering from a taste disorder. This was literally like 5 minutes ago, but there we go. Also, so far, everything is up to speed, no lag, nothing like that, so... No one knew about your condition. Indeed, I doubt Mr. Frost would have wanted to continue collaborating with you had he found out. After all, it was your job to make sure his creations tasted good. Therefore, your son wasn't just here to support you. He was helping you by taste-testing your work. Dang! Now it all makes sense. Frost's stuff tasted good because he really was finished the day before the kid was still here. You have a vivid imagination, Mr. Prosecutor, but do you seriously think I trust a kid to tell me how to adjust the taste of my masterpieces? I have some pride, you know, even back then. Did you now? My designs may not be much to write home about back then. Right? Well, I always knew my work tasted better than anybody else's. I always have anything by putting my reputation in the hands of a child? This is just more speculation. That's all it is. In that case, I have to speak with your son this instant. See how much of your story he can cooperate. Sadly for you, my son is no longer my concern. What? As far as I remember since the test back, I restricted his young father to stop my team. Cut off all ties with the kid for good. What? You abandoned your own child? And that ain't the half of it. No one knows where he is, even now. Cabs have looked all over for him, but no dice. So I still think you could progress as an in theory? I'd like to see you try. You think I care about anything besides confectionery? Think again. I got my sense of taste back. What need do I have for a son? Silence in the courtroom. While Mr. Gusto's words and actions may demonstrate a certain lack of humanity on his part, the goddess of justice cannot judge him for that. Therefore, Mr. Edgeworth, I believe it is time for you to admit defeat. Give it up! 18 years is a long time for anything to surface now. Proof or otherwise. Mr. Edgeworth, we have to do something! If we don't, Jewel might be lost forever. Where are you, Detective Gumshoe? Can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but I'll get it just right away, sir. Please do, Detective. That's the last piece of the puzzle. That's the last piece of the puzzle. I'm sure of it. Once we know whose blood it is, Hey, Miles, sorry to cut on you your mind palace time, but I was pondering something myself. Our friend Gusto didn't come here to check up on the body, did he? You mean because he tried to open a case? Exactamundo. Think you have anything that might explain why he tried to do that? You might. Detective Gumshoe, Al, couldn't make it back in time. There's a piece of evidence. It's quite enough idle chatter, defense. Now, if you... Mr. Edgeworth, sir, sorry to keep you waiting. Speak of the devil. I take you to have the test results, Detective. I also completely forgot Larry was still here. Sorry, Laurice. Yes, sir, the lab just got back to me. Detective, please. Court is now in session. And now, am I right to assume that you are bringing us the evidence Mr. Edgeworth was just speaking of? What? Hey, no fair! Why didn't anybody tell me about any of this? It is indeed the evidence in question, Your Honor. It just needed testing, so I asked him to carry it out. What is it? What are you always helping you? I'm supposed to be the one in charge here! Mr. Wheeler, I'm sorry I didn't involve you, but this is important. Can we at least hear what the detective has to say? Well, alright. So, Detective Gumshoe, what do the test results have to tell us? You're not gonna believe this, but out of the blood we found a liquid at the bottom of the Gemini cases. Camilla Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack. What are you talking about? Thank you, Detective. You've been very helpful. Well, it looks like my suspicions were correct. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. What do you mean? Explain yourself. What is the significance of this blood to this case? It's only the very thing that the perpetrator of the last 7 incident has been trying to hide all these years. The fact that your blood was found inside the Gemini case, Mr. Gusto, is as good as us finding your blood lying right next to Mr. Frost's body. Why would there be traces of your blood there, of all places, Mr. Gusto? If you won't answer Her Honor, Mr. Gusto, then I will. There wasn't just blood and liquid from the Gemini case. There were traces of salt and sugar, too. There were? And if you remember, one particular part of Mr. Frost's work was allegedly very salty indeed. Oh, yeah! You're talking about what Delicia told us back then, right? What was it again? Hey, did they ever? I never tried ices so scrumptious in all my life. Really? Man, I wish you could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. Well, that was unbearable. The salty bit? It's in the other photo you got there. This bit, the harpy thing. Gemini's liar. Yes, the liar and the only liar. It tastes as if it had been flavoured with salt. There were no traces of salt anywhere else in Mr. Frost's entry. Very interesting. Then perhaps you can tell us, Mr. Edgeworth, where did the salt and the liar come from? Salt lamp. This is the lamp from the IS-7 incident. Indeed, and I believe the salt that gave the liar its flavour came from just such a lamp. Mr. Von Karma had established that both salt lamps were in Tangaroa's room at the time of the crime. One of them was used to kill Mr. Frost, and it was stained with his blood. But no corresponding pool of blood was found in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Right, because Cobra had chucked the piece of chocolate with that on its little stream. Furthermore, aside from the liar, no traces of salt were found anywhere else in Mr. Frost's room either. Hey, come to think of it, the lamps were found in Delicia's room were both broken. The lamps appear to be broken. Balls are smashed, both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor. We never did figure out how the one that wasn't used to kill Frost got busted, but I'm thinking maybe Hector's blood on it at some point. Anyone whose blood was found on one of the lamps would have been a person of interest to the police, so the killer needed to hide the blood somehow, and in a way that wouldn't arouse suspicion. Are you seriously suggesting the liar was used to do just that? I am. I suspect that a bloody salt was somehow applied to the lyre so that it could be hidden inside the case. Because unlike the fountain water, the sculptures would have needed more time and care to test properly. And so he waited, and waited for his chance to dispose of the lyre undetected. Then the reason he's here today is 18 years ago, Mr. Frost's body and the evidence pointing to his killer were taken away together. This, of course, was not part of the perpetrator's plan, and thus a new dilemma arose. Possibility that the body and the incriminating evidence or both would resurface one day. So back he comes 18 years later, sneaking in bright and early to try and cover his tracks. Well, Mr. Gusto, you're finally ready to admit it? That you are the one responsible for the IS-7 incident! Mr. Gusto, it's not because of you that Samson... Gusto. Right, hang on a minute, I've got to go get a drink. Goodness me, my throat. Oh, dearie me. Right. There we go. I have water now. Already came close back then, not even a big-shot prosecutor or the attorney. That's some impressive work, Mr. Prosecutor. I have to hand it to you. You admitted then that you murdered Artie Frost? Sure I do. I did it. I killed him. But he only had himself to blame. What do you mean by that? He agreed to help me. We were supposed to help each other so that one of us could win. And whoever won was supposed to let the other use the cookbook. But on the day of the final, the rat finally showed his true colors. Seriously, Frost, we had a deal! Sorry, I'm not helping you in the final. Our little agreement is over, Gusto. But I helped you! I spent all day yesterday making the ice for oil pieces! Did you? Well, you can prove that, I suppose. What do you... Wait. You were planning to betray me right from the start, weren't you? Out of our stomach. Oh, dearie me. After Ross double-crossed me, I had to make my peace for the final by myself. Like you said, my son wasn't there, so I didn't have any help with the flavor either. So much for the pride you claim to have in your ability to make delicious desserts. Go ahead and judge. You have no idea what it was like for someone like me to lose my sense of taste. I give up everything to become the best. Everything! I take pride in that. Something someone like you could never understand. You're right. I don't understand. Do you take pride in the fact that you resorted to murder? Or that you abandoned your son? Why would I want to understand someone who could do such thing? A man can't afford to rely on other people. I learned that the hard way 18 years ago. My son never showed up on the day of the final. There's hindsight. I wouldn't be surprised if Frost was the reason why. Why would you think that? What's going to happen to your son? How am I supposed to know? I told you he's not my concern anymore. According to organized, nobody knows where he is now either. You don't care? You're horrible! So with his disappearance, so too went your chances of winning, correct? Yeah. And if I know a way of getting my hands on that book, that's when inspiration struck. I decided to skip afternoon tea and snuck into Tiger Hall's room. It would have been so easy, all I had to do was photograph the formulas I needed to get out of there. And then Frost showed up. I thought I might find you here. Stealing recipes from the famous cookbook, Tut, tut, tut. Frost. What's this? A cure for taste disorders? Oh no! That's just too tragic. An confectioner who can't taste anything? What will people say? If you tell anybody, I'll... Ah! Well, what? Can't even hit me, you miserable worm. Why, you... Frost shot me hard when he went to punch him. I'll be clean off my feet. I crashed into one of the lamps. It's been when my blood got on it. Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hurt. When it was all over, I realized I had to get rid of that blood somehow, so I scraped off all the bloody bits. I had all those short shavings and famous ice mixture and burst all over the hob. That's how you made the evidence linking you to the murder vanish. Frost was going to blackmail me. He would have made me give him money to keep quiet about my condition. So you decided you had to kill him. Yeah, guess I did. How would I let him live? Would you want someone holding something out of your head? Besides, he's the one who drew Frost's blood. Makes for a solid case of self-defense, don't you think? So that was the impetus behind it all. Anyway, he took the lamp from Frost's room. Oh, pardon me. So sorry. Goodness me. And straight down once I'd figured out how he was going to hide the bloody part. Right. Inspired by the ice-coated tools lying about the place, I guess. Well, not as dumb as you pretend to be. Yeah, I figured I could do something to chip it off and grind it up. Once that was on, painting the stuff all over the harp was easy. But why Samson? Why did you have to flame him? Why did you have to flame him? I never meant for the cops to put it on him. That was your fault. You and the rest of them. Why do you think I went to the trouble of placing the lamps and glass back in Scott's room? There's only one reason to put the murder weapon in a room of another contestant. That's to cast suspicion on that person. What? You tried to frame me, Gusty Pants? Yeah. But why? Why poor old me? I expected Tangaloa. He was the best, a true champion. I would never have wanted him to take the fall. But you're a fraud. It wasn't even real. He had no respect for our craft at all. You deserve to be punished for what you did. Oh, Gusty. How could you? Had you were afraid for me to Tangaloa's work, Frost's body wouldn't have been found. My plan was to wait until Tangaloa was judging your room. That's when I'd sneak a corpse into Frost's room and freeze it. But this your bound was here before I found it before I had a chance to achieve it. I don't understand. Why did you need to freeze his body at all? Ha! Why indeed? Strangeworth, surely you must know. Why did Mr. Guston need to freeze Mr. Frost's body? It's alive! It's back from the dead! We're back! We're back! Mr. Guston needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to secure the time of death. They determined the murder occurred during afternoon tea. He would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo! Freezing Frost's body wasn't simple. Preparing everything took time. So I decided to put his body in the chest in Tangaloa's room while I got everything ready in Frost's. At the time, it seemed like the perfect hiding place.
Israel citizens are banned in most Asia.
Sure, I guess. Never counted on some gluttonous pharmacist showing up and making the whole ship collapse. Still don't get it though. Why disguise the body as an ice sculpture at all? And the sooner it was found, the smaller the effect of freezing it would have had on masking the time of death. Therefore, he needed to disguise it, at least until it had fully frozen. How awful! Isn't Mr. Frost's own work to help you cover up the truth behind his murder?
Because not minor crime
Nope.
has been committed multiple times.
Oh. how awful, using Mr. Frost's own work to help you cover up the truth behind his murder. Ironically, Tangaroa would have been just fine if the body hadn't been found before I got it out of his room. Oh. Again, I know nothing, so I wouldn't be able to pass judgment. Gotta be honest. Only things had gone to plan, he wouldn't even have been arrested, let alone convicted. You mean it was my fault? Everything that happened to Samson, it was all because I found the body? Don't let him get inside your head, Judes. None of this is your fault. If it wasn't Samson, it would have been Delicia instead. She would have been the one they arrested. Either way, there's only one person to blame here, and that's Gusto. It didn't help the initial detective was so bad at his job either. He never even told the prosecutor that the body had vanished. So Mr. Von Karma had unwittingly placed Tinker and Mr. Tangaroa under arrest in the absence of a body? I mean, I guess it would explain why he was so keen to wrap things up. Still, you'd think he'd notice something as big as that if he'd taken a look at a few reports, right? Not if someone had been deliberately distorting the facts of the case, though. Either way, it seems Mr. Von Karma didn't know about the body until after the arrest had been made. But admitting that would have spoiled his perfect record, so he kept it to himself.
Disturbing surgery / hospital smoking in them chanting D to Arabs, it's not minor.
Oh. Again, you, as I say, you are my source for this information. I don't know. I don't know. I've not heard it. I've not heard it personally, so I don't know. Can this really be true? You don't feel bad at all. Somebody spent 18 years in prison because of you. Sticks and stones, girlie. Sticks and stones. What a jerk. I ought to arrest you right now, pal. I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that, detective. So you noticed, huh? That somebody did. The judge is right. You can't lay a finger on me.
News, they didn't even send news in Gaza.
No idea. Okay. What? Why? You just confessed to murder. Idea, huh? Let me get a bit laid out for you. Statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. I wonder. You fled to a foreign country, didn't you? You fled to Zhengva. Naughty, naughty. Killed first 18 years ago. Statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years. You don't know the math, you can't arrest me. I'll confess otherwise. That's right, the statute of limitations is only 15 years.
Camp in the so far south, so the one in north go there.
Is this really the end of the line, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't really have any news here in the UK. Oh, other than it's cold. It's quite cold, actually, but other than that... once the statute had expired, he can't be charged, so... But... How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. Revealed with Mr. Gusto's confession and your deductions will have been struck from the record. And then Mr. Tangaroa's conviction will remain in place. But we're finally proven the police never had Mr. Frost's body in their possession. Even if we can't arrest Mr. Gusto, surely Mr. Tangaroa has grounds for a trial on that basis. Does he? I wouldn't be so sure. But I'm afraid the goddess's judgments are somewhat harder to overturn than you might imagine. Oh, that was my neck. So, the committee means for the verdict from 18 years ago to stand no matter what? Look, Mr. Prosecutor! There must be something we can do, something to bring Mr. Gusto down.
Objection!
Shit. I know it's that because of the whole he fled to a different country.
Objection!
What?
Not alive and 108 injured, still on counting.
Damn. That's... wow. Passage of time doesn't diminish what you did, Mr. Gusto. Diminishes one thing, though. Your ability to arrest me. Oh, we can arrest you real good. Have you in custody and playing, pal. Maybe Mr. Edgeworth? This isn't as open a shot as you're making out to be, Detective. You can't touch me, it's too late for that. Statute.
Hold it!
Fine. Depending on your actions over the last 18 years, the statute may not have expired yet. So to be good, alright, I got nothing to hide. Something I want to ask it. Very well, tell us where you've been and what you've been doing since the incident. Sure! I answered a contest, I was able to cure my taste disorder thanks to the formula from that book. Not so long after that, I reached a young party really knock her down and hold my crown. That explains a lot. We tried to contact you after the fact, but I guess you were long gone by then, huh? Could be. I left, let's see, around a year after the murder. It was before Tango's last day in court. Heard his young father was the best thing I ever did.
Search for them, otherwise you didn't get the news.
I mean, yeah, but as I say, yeah.
Objection!
All back to those whose lives you destroyed. What's the lovely draw a few eggs, Nothing, Mr. Prosecutor, nothing! Evil! Sticks and stones, girlie. You can't arrest me, and that's all that matters. I need more work. I need more to work with. There has to be something I can get out of him. Maybe you're pushing further statements he just made. I think I should follow up on. Fine.
Objection!
There we go.
Did you know Ben Shapiro actively bagging for war with Iran?
Oh, well, I was gonna say, Ben Shapiro, but then Ben Shapiro's a interesting guy. I don't really know a lot about him, but everything I've heard about him is interesting. The statute of limitations for murder is subject to the following condition. The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country, which means the time he spent abroad doesn't count towards the total time under the statute. No way! Seems like someone hit pause while he was in Zhengfa. It appears there may be time left on the clock yet. But that will depend on how long you stayed in Zhengfa, Mr. Cousteau. It was 3 years exactly. 3 years? Hold on. Nobody say anything until it done the math. Murder happened 18 years ago, back. Statues 15
Well, I
years.
watched few of his videos, it's just pain to watch.
I mean, yeah. Add the 3 overseas. 15 plus 3 makes exactly 18, which means... No way! Strangeworth, you did it! The statute hasn't expired after all! Bingo! 18 years exactly. Graduated at Frosells. He's just been stringing us along this whole time. Why is he laughing? We're good, aren't we? We can arrest him now. I had to break it, you little sis, but I said it went down at the end of December. It's April now, which means, strictly speaking, it's been 18 years and 4 months since Frost's murder. Gusto's stay in Zhengfa really lasted 3 years on the nose. It's not enough. We're a few months short. Not enough? But... What did I tell you? You can't touch me! I hate to admit it, but he'd read the board well when he made his confession. How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. For the statute to be suspended for another year. Those who would overturn the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. And you, Mr. Edgeworth, have failed. Oh, there must be something I can do. I knew it. I have to look at bring Mr. Gusto to justice then. Dudes, what are you thinking?
Objection!
There's no need to go out into your rap sheet just yet. We're not done here, far from it, because there's still a way we can nail him. There is? Alright, Miles, we know pep talk. I need you to think back to over everything we know about the case. Just as over like one critical thing that you yourself will believe wrongly about. Which is, he wasn't there for Samson's last trial, remember? Best I can tell you, he doesn't seem to know what the final verdict that came down that day is. Which means there's still one way left for us. Crack open your statutes for dummies there and take another look. 17 years ago, they really did a number on Samson and framed a pretty picture. By the time any accomplices indictment to the end of their trial. But if we make good use of that verdict now, we can make Gusto pay in full what he's done. Friend, are you? Those who would overturn the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. Samson's my client, Miles, and I can't bring myself to use the source of his pain as a weapon in this fight. So whether we play our last card or not, it's gonna have to be up to you. Bring Miss Gusto to justice can only happen if I use the outcome of that hard-fought trial. So, should I raise an objection, play that card or not? My father... Indeed. Well, so it ought to seem. My father and Mr. Von Karma, one sought to reveal the truth and other to hide it. I know which path I choose to follow. The one that seeks to reveal the truth! This court has reached its final verdict. The record will state that Mr. Gusto has been found not guilty of all counts. No, Your Honor, Mr. Carmelo Gustis.
So continue or end.
Oh, well, and once I finish the opening cutscene, as we always do. Mr. Carmelo Gusto is absolutely guilty, and I refuse to let him walk away. His crimes are too unspeakable to go unpunished. Do you mean to suggest that you have grounds upon which to call for his arrest? I do. Now to show Judge Cabral something that proves the statute of limitations hasn't expired yet. Oh, it'll be the IS-7 incident report thing. Good evening, Mr. Edgeworth. I understand your frustration. It isn't easy giving up on a lost cause. I will not give up. I will see that justice is done. This Dagger's trial lasted a year. Though it ended with a verdict that couldn't have been more wrong, that very verdict may be what finally sees Mr. Gusto arrested.
Take that!
Very well, is there a particular page? Take a look at the page concerning the victim, Your Honor. Why, what more could we possibly hope to learn about Mr. Foster? Very well. What? Perhaps it would be better simply admit to me. That's not what I put! Oh, apparently it is. I'd like you to... I'd like to direct your attention to the page concerning the suspect. As you can see, Sandon Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice. It took around 1 year from his indictment to that verdict reached. Yes, it does seem to be the case. The book you gave us details certain conditions pertaining to the statute of limitations for murder. God. One of them, as I mentioned, is that the statute has suspended the suspect leaves the country, and another states that the statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. What? The fellow was convicted as an accomplice? Yep. Guess you're in Zeng Fa when the verdict came down. Samson was convicted as an accomplice, not as the main perpetrator, which is clearly news to you, and not good news, and not good news either, am I right? But how can that be? That Angelo was an accomplice to anyone. He was innocent, and you know it. Oh, we know it. It's what we've been trying to prove all along. An unpleasing twist of fate, his wrongful conviction will be the very thing that sets him free. You spent 3 years in Zeng Fa, and your accomplice Samson Tangarello was on trial for 1 year, means you can still be charged with Mr. Frost's murder up to 19 years after the fact. In other words, the statute of limitations hasn't expired at all. The goddess's judgment is infallible, but that of her servants, it appears, is not. It seems the prosecutor in charge of this case may have erred. Unbelievably, we may have no choice but to instigate a full inquiry. No! How could this? You are supposed to be able to... 18 years is a long time to let somebody else suffer for your crimes. It's time to pay the piper, Gaston, and not a moment too soon. But, if one of the greatest, my brilliance has been recognized. I gave up everything for this, everything given my son. More's the pity. But you can't run from the law forever, because the bills come due at last. Oh shit. He just cut himself in half. Well, shit. I mean, it was detailed. So, I guess cheers to that. Mr. Gusto's all set for his trip downtown, sir. Good. Which means it's your turn next, right? I suppose so. Dudes, I'm so sorry, everybody. It caused you all so much trouble. But thank you. Thank you so much for bringing Mr. Gusto to justice at last. Our friends are escaping the consequences of your actions, Miss Bound. But those actions were born of the legal mistakes that were made all those years ago. We all know that. So, pardon me, allow me to apologize in return on behalf of the prosecution. Oh no, I am the one to blame but myself for it all, starting with those sculptures. Hey, Jude, do you think maybe you wanted me to represent you? I'm not some nervous newbie anymore, and there's no way I'm letting you take the rap for everything. Oh, I'd be honored. Thank you, Mr. Fender. Oh, okay. I thought there was going to be more talk there, but okay. Sorry, ma'am, but you gotta come with me now. Of course. Judy, I bid you fair farewell. Dr. Gabriel, why did you lie to us? Lie? What are you talking about? You implied there was no case for a retrial, but as we've proven, that wasn't true. Surely anyone truly committed to seeing Justice Stone would have called one as soon as the body was found. I am under no obligation to answer such questions. And yet you clearly have no intention of doing so either. Truly, you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee of the Prosecutorial Excellence. As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you'll be called to appear before the committee in due course. I don't like where this is going. Now I must be on my way. I don't like where this is going. What the heck? Don't you call a real killer in everything? Is that what prosecutors are supposed to do? Regardless of how it may all play out, I will never regret what we accomplished here today. Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, you puny little wimp. Why did you stick your nose in this case anyway? You weren't even on the job. My job is to bring the truth to light, Mr. Winner. Not only a prosecutor, but as a person. I don't get it. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Fucking hell. And that's actually saying it to his face. Fair play. And as long as you believe that closing case makes you a winner. That's going way over my head. I'm going home. What was that all about? Your sister still has a lot to learn, is all. Malsy Walsy. Yes. I just wanted to say, old Greggy Pegleg would have been proud of you today. Oh, look at me tearing up. Don't. Well, thanks for helping poor Sammy Poople. Of course. Hey, Angie, looks like you cleared everything up, huh? So, what happened exactly? I was kind of busy sketching. Wait, where did Judy and Verity go? Wow, you really were paying attention, weren't you? That's Laurie's for you. Though I am loath to admit it, Larry's sketches did come through for us on more than one occasion. Although I'll not tell him that. Clear it with glaring, will you? Whatever he did, I'm sorry! Calm down, Larry. I wasn't glaring at you. You totally were. You were just like your old pup. He's a terrible liar, too. He was? Listen, I'm gonna head out. Need to fill Samson in on what happened down today. You wanna come with? Well, yes, of course. Great, then I'm coming too. What's Mr. Tangaroa like? Can't wait to finally meet him. Oh, he's a real sweetheart. You'll love him. Even while locked up, he can't help but make all sorts of cookies and cakes for everyone. That's why 3 p.m. straight cake extravaganza is a thing for prisoners and guards alike. Really? Sounds awesome. Can there be any left for us to try?
Didn't you find a few slices of chocolate in the prison the other day? Maybe from some of Mr. Tangaroa's baked goods?
Alright, New Zealand. Gotta remember, New Zealand. Gummy, where are you? What are you doing here?
I heard you're all coming to see Mr. Tangaroa, so I volunteered to escort him.
Right, New Zealand. Hello, new friends. I'm Samson Tangaroa.
Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service.
Hello, Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick, Kay Faraday. It's very nice to meet you both. Miles here is Gregory's son. Is that so? Your father was very contemplative and fought so hard for my case, but in the end I betrayed him. I made a false confession.
Don't worry, Mr. Tangaroa, Mr. Fender has explained everything to me.
Sure did, and now we're here to tell you the truth about what happened 18 years ago.
The truth?
Judy did all that for me? Crazy kid wrecked her brain for 18 years until she'd finally figured out how to set you free. What can I say? Turns out she really would do anything for you. Oh, Judy, I never did anything to deserve such devotion.
Come now, Mr. Tangaroa, I think we all know that's not true. The bond between the two of you has held strong for all these years, after all.
You think so?
I guess I better show him which piece of evidence and proof that the bond Mr. Tangaroa misbound share.
Take that!
Those chocolates. Judy made them, didn't she? Yes, she did.
So delicious and sweet.
Miss Bound continued making them just as you taught her, even after that fateful day. So there would always be some waiting for you when you finally came home. Judy.
Oh, he's crying. These Beyond super sweet then, aren't they?
Very much so, I'm afraid. I wish we could hand them to you.
Don't worry, sir. I'll make sure he gets them later.
Which would be a clear breach of prison policy. but I have the authority now to stop him anyway. Thank you very much. You know, Detective, something about you reminds me of Detective Bad. Really, pal? Because I look a lot like him. I look up to him a lot. He's my role model. You don't say. His fate likes to bring people all sorts together, huh? You hang in there, Simpson. Just a little longer. Should be able to get you out soon. Sorry it's taken so long. Nobody should have to wait 80 years to get justice. Ah, don't be silly, Eddie. I'm the one who should be saying sorry. Or rather, thank you. Truly. Simpson. Well, I guess it's my turn to wait for Judy to come home now. Better make sure there's something delicious on the table for her when she follows through that door. Don't let me down, Eddie. Leave it to me, big guy. The Irish Senator Anderson. It's been 18 long years, but this case we'd inherited from my father is finally coming to a close. Hey, Miles. Thanks for today. And sorry for forcing you to make the final call like that. Not at all. I simply made the call that felt right to me. Huh? What are you guys talking about? You know how Samson was wrongly convicted? We had to pretend that he wasn't in order to nail Gusto. But to use his false conviction against him, even to save him, as his lawyer, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Yeah, I can see that. Now that Gusto's behind his bars, I can finally start to get that wrongful conviction overturned. Yes, I'm sure you will. Wait a minute, does this mean that even if you were only doing what's right, the false conviction had been overturned before today, Mr. Gusto would have gone away scot-free? Yep. It's what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. Some things like legal contradictions, right? Yeah, but you never know. Things may change. The law is always evolving, just like us humans. Your Uncle Eddie and Mazarino are included, am I right? A potential for growth and change in people and the law, huh? So, Miles, are you gonna keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you. One only you can answer. I know. Well, let's just say I won't complain if you show up in the office one day. Now, that note, it's time for me to skedaddle. I owe you big time, and I always repay my debts, but for now... Thanks again for today, I mean it. Bye all. Did he seem kind of in a hurry to get out of here to you? He did. Honestly speaking, I'm the one who owns him a debt of gratitude. After all, he gave me the chance to record my father's final case. As a boy, all I dreamed of was becoming an attorney like my father, but then, during my time in Mr. Von Karma, I learned the way of the prosecutor instead. Eventually, with the help of some good friends, I found my own voice and a new way to live. Some good friends? Do you mean boyfriend? But now my career as a prosecutor is at risk of being taken away from me. Maybe time to take another long, hard look at how I want to live my life, whether I like it or not. God, no. Edgeworth and Co. Law Offices. Hey, Gregory. Sorry for reporting it so late. It had taken 18 years. We're finally in a position to prove Samson's innocence. Oh, this is gonna make me cry. This is gonna make me cry. This is gonna make me cry. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. All thanks to your boy, Miles. I couldn't have done it without him. You should have seen him. The way he fought for the truth gave me chills. It's like I was watching you. Look.
Big baby.
Oh, stop it! Nothing wrong with crying, is there? Look, I know I'm not the half the attorney you were, but those guiding principles you tried to instill in me, I like to think I'm embodying them now as I carry on your legacy. Here's hoping. Your boy will be joining me in that soon. It's actually really sweet. Am I going to fight crime as a prosecutor? Or help people as an attorney? What is the right answer?
Which path should I choose? Do I get that choice? Do I get that choice? And that is the end of Turnabout Legacy! Which means, as always, we go on to the next episode, which is called Turnabout Forsaken, and we watch the opening cutscene, as we all find out. The opening cutscene. Let's begin. Episode 4, A Turnabout Forsaken. I hereby call this meeting to order. The committee is gathered here in the sight of the goddess to pass fair and frank judgment. The purpose of this hearing is to assess the professional competency of Mr. Mars Edgeworth. You? That's the red coat! Why are you wearing that raincoat? It's the red raincoat from... Does that mean we're gonna get Shelly to kill her? Oh no! Ah! Wait, has Kay just fallen off the building? Well... Kay's fucking dead. Yeah, okay! Yeah, because that's where I have to leave off, innit? Fuck's sake, man. Oh, well, either way, if you guys did enjoy this episode, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really, really does help. Click the bell icon down below to be notified when I live stream or upload a video. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.